Welcome you all. Today I hope to have a discussion on the structure of your GC O-level English language paper. What do you mean by structure? In other words, that is the format of the paper or the testing areas. Right. Now let's see, when talking about your GC O-level English paper, the paper is consisted of two parts. First part, that we call the first paper, and the second part we call the second paper. Right, let's see. When talking about the first paper, there are 8 questions and you are given 1 hour to answer for that. When talking about those 8 questions, we can discuss about the testing areas. We have to think on the testing areas. Now, how many testing areas are there? There are 4 testing areas. The first one is reading. Putala, when talking about the first paper, when we consider about the reading, you can see there are 3 questions. There are 3 questions in your first paper to answer, right? Each carries 5 marks. That means, remember, 15 marks. You can earn 15 marks. And the second thing is the vocabulary. Remember, in your first paper, there are 2 tests or questions under vocabulary that carries 10 marks. Now imagine, here, if you earn that 15 marks and this 10 marks, now you have already reached for a S pass or a pass mark. And remember, these questions are so easy. And the other testing area is grammar and language functions. Right, earlier we called that language functions. Now how many questions are there? There are only 1 questions. 1 questions appear under grammar and language proficiency in your first paper. It carries 5 marks. Now wait for a while. Now let's see. 15 marks under reading, under vocabulary, 10 marks under grammar, 5 marks. කීයද ලකුණු බලන්නකො 15යි 10යි 25යි 5යි 30යි. එහෙනම් ඔයාට ලකුණු 30ක් without any effort you can earn. You can reach to that amount. That means only 5 marks for S pass. Right, let's see the other one. Now I am talking about the writing parts. That is the most important part of this paper. When talking about writing part, now there are 2 questions. It carries 2 questions and 10 marks. Now when considering about this 10 marks, question number 6 ප්‍රශ්නාංක 6 and question number 8 ප්‍රශ්නාංක 8, they are for you to answer. ඔයාට උත්තර ලියන්න වෙනවා. That's totally based on writing. පුතාලා ලිවීම මත තමයි ඒ ලකුණු 10 ඔයාට ලැබෙන්නේ. When considering about question number 6 6 ගැන හිතුවොත්, you have to answer for a notice, note or a invitation. Now you see, that is very simple. If you are there, if you read and understand, and if you can think logically, and if you have a sense, now it is so easy to earn 2 or 3 marks out of 5. ඒ කියන්නේ, though we consider English as a subject එකක් කියලා ඉංග්‍රීසි හිතුවට පුතේ, this is a language, මේක භාෂාවක්නේ. So if you have a sense එක තියෙනවා නම්, if you can think logically, තාර්කිකව හිතනවා නම්, and if you read lot, ඔයා ගොඩක් කියවලා තියෙනවා නම්, it is so easy, ගොඩක් lazy, you can earn 2 or 3 marks out of 5. Got it? Right. Then question number 8. Right? Question number 8 means that is free writing. Now you may have seen in the past papers very simple topics. Now think about the topic just as the uses of trees, my best friend, my favorite person, the historical places I have visited. Then very simple topics. I think that is the knowledge of grade 4 or 5. බලන්නකො ඉතින් එහෙම එකක් දෙනවද සිංහල භාෂාව ඔයාට 11 ළමයෙකුට ලියන්න කොහොමද my best friend, my favorite person දෙනවද පුතාලා නැහැනේ. කීයේ දැනුමද? That comes from grade 4 or 5. 4 5 දැනුම. So what is the amount of words? That is 50 to 60. වචන 50යි 60යි. හිතන්නකෝ දැන් මේ වචන 50යි 60යි කියලා කියන්නේ sentences නම් කීයක්ද? ඇත්තටම පුතේ sentences නම් මේ පැත්තට 5ක් ලිව්වොත් horizontally ඔයා 5ක් ලියලා vertically ඔයා 10ක් ලිව්වොත් වචන 50යි. It's very easy. Please write simple and meaningful sentence and you can earn at least 2 or 3 marks out of that. Now, once again go back. Right, under reading 15, here 10, 25, and here 5, 30, and here 40. Now, for your first paper, you are allocated 40 marks. Now, let's think on the paper 2. Now, paper 2 is also consisted of 8 questions. Kiyadda prashayeke tiyenne putala? 8ක් තියෙනවා, right? And that is also very easy. You have to answer those questions, those 8 questions within 2 hours. කීයක්ද එතකොට පුතේ වෙලාව තියෙනවාට? වෙලාව පැය දෙකක් තියෙනවා. Right, the same testing areas are appeared there. Now we'll see under reading. Now once again, ආය පාරක් 3 questions in your first paper, 3 questions, and even in the second paper there are 3 questions. Then total number of questions, that is 6 questions appeared in your GC O-level English paper. And how many questions? I told you earlier there are 3 questions, and the next testing area, that is vocabulary. Now when comparing the first paper, you saw that there were 2 questions there, and now here only 1 question. That means it carries 5 marks. And the grammar and language proficiency. Now here in the first paper only 1 question or only 1 test. The second paper there are 2, that means you can earn 10 marks. The final ones, once again write in which you hate, I mean you don't like that area to touch. Right, under writing, how many questions appear in paper 2? There are 2 questions. One is question number 14. You know that there is a choice to write formal or informal letters, or question based on graphical sense. That means that is about bar chart, pie chart, Venn diagrams, and etc. You can earn 10 marks. You see the question number 16. You have to write 200 words, right? It carries 15 marks. If you try to write simple sentences using the given guidelines, you know this question number 16 and question number 14, you are guided there, you are given some kinds of language. So if you can think once again, if you can think logically, if you have a sense, or if you have read well, now it is easy to answer for these questions. 60 marks are allocated for this. Let's have another clarification. Right. Now look at this. Now at the first column you can see the testing areas which I have introduced you earlier, and the number of questions appeared, and the marks distribution. Now here you know I told you 6 questions in the all together 6 questions under reading, and for vocabulary 3 questions, as well as grammar and language proficiency another 3 questions, and for writing 4 questions. That means question number 6 and 8 in the first paper, and question number 14 and 16 in the second paper. Total number of the questions 16, and you are allocated 100 marks. Right. Now let's think on reading skill. Right. Now I have taken 2 years here. So comparatively to 2017 and 2019, you can see the same number of questions, right? So in 2017, test 4, 5 and 7, right here, and when thinking about 2019, test 1, 5 and 7, you see the same test is appeared in test 7. What is this? That is a short paragraph, and you are given some WH questions, and that will be measured your scanning and skimming ability. Right, now we'll see. Right, now these are the examples. This is 2017 and 19. You can see the test 4 and test 1. You see what a simple activities. So what you have to improve is reading and understanding. Right, now look at this. If you get such type of questions, what do you do at very first? So the first thing is before reading the rubrics or the guidelines, may guidelines කියවන්න කලින් පුතා, you have to move on to the given example. Example එක පොඩ්ඩක් බලන්න. Right, I'm going to give you a hint. Then බැලුවා. Right, I imagine that I'm in grade 11. Right, I'm a grade 11 student, so I can't read and understand very well. I don't have such a sound knowledge, but කොහොමද මම මේක හදන්නේ? At the very first I touch up this given example. You see, now at a glance I can see F is the answer in this, that is cut, and they have written F there. So I know, මම දන්නවා කරන්න ඕනේ මේක කියවලා බලලා මෙතන තියෙන අකුර අතන දාන්න ඕනේ කියලා. Right, secondly, first I went through the example given. Secondly, I'm going to certify that මම ඒක හරියටම ඔළුවට ගන්නවා මේකමද කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. So what am I doing is just read the rubrics given, and remember, I don't know almost all the words given in the guidelines or the rubrics. මම ඔක්කොම වචන දන්නේ නැහැනේ. So I find out the keywords. මම යන්නේ පුතේ keywords හොයාගන්න. Right, my first keyword is match. I know that, match. Then the second one is write correct letter. Right, I got that earlier when I was observing the given example. Right, I know that match, write correct letter. I got it. Now then move to the given language utterances from easiest to difficult, from known to unknown. මතකද කිව්වා අංක 1 මුලින්ම බලනවා example එක. හරි, දෙවෙනිව බලනවා එක certify කරගන්න මම rubrics given guidelines ටික කියවනවා. ඊළඟට තුන්වෙනිව මම keywords ටික online කරගන්නවා. keywords online කරලා I try to get the meaning of that. මම ඒකේ තේරුම ගන්නවා. ඊට පස්සේ මම read කරලා move වෙලා I answer not from the one, I mean that the first one, second one, no, there is no order for me. මට order එකක් මම ගන්නෙ නෑ. I move on known to unknown. දන්න එකෙන් තමයි මම නොදන්න එකට යන්නේ. Right, sometimes I may not know two questions or the two sub questions given here. In that case, I try to move on to the keywords inside that utterances. ඒකේ ඇතුළේ තියෙන keywords හොයාගෙන ගිහිල්ලා දෙපැත්ත balance කරගන්නවා මම. Did you get it? That is how we have to move on that. So reading. So that's why I told you, you must have the sense. And let's see the others. Right, 2017 and 2019. Right, other reading questions, and you can see the same test number. You can see 2017 test 7 as well as 2019 test 7. I told you that you are given a small paragraph and there are some WH questions and they are measuring your scanning and skimming ability. Each question carries 5 marks. That is very easy. And let's touch about the vocabulary skill. Now I told you that in the first paper, how many questions are there under vocabulary skill? There are 2. And the second paper, 1. Right, look at this. 2017 first paper, right? 2 questions, while second paper you can see question number or test number 9. And 2019 same, first paper carries 2 tests, that is test 2 and test 3, and second paper once again test 9 here under vocabulary skill. Right, now you can see all together 2 questions here. The first paper you can see each year, and for the second paper only 1 question. All together 3 tests under vocabulary skill. Right, now they are the examples given. You can just get help of your teacher and please move on these questions. Now you see this is test 3. Even we can predict that even 2020 paper you can see the picture, I mean that there may be a picture description under the same test number. The next thing is that is grammar and language proficiency. Remember, I told you earlier in your first paper, only one question it carries, and the second paper there are two questions. Now that is 2017 and 2019. We just compare with that. Now one question, here the first paper 19, one question. Now here in the second paper 2017 2, and once again 2. Remember, the same test number appeared in both papers, same test number. Now when talking about this test 10, normally you have to study, or you have to have a knowledge on reported speech and passive voice, right? And even for the test 12 also, you have to have a good knowledge on word classes and especially verbs, present tense, past tense, perfect, just like that, right? And they are the examples, right? I want to prove that, right? And the last skill, that is writing. You know, under writing I told you that in both papers there are 4 questions. Once again, question number 6, 8, 14 and 16. Right, look at 2017. Now there is some magic here, right? Look at this, right? 2017, text 6 and text 8. And the first paper 2019, same test number appeared, right? And even the second paper 14 and 16, once again 14 and 16. Remember, all together for this 35 marks are allocated, 35 marks, right? Now there is something to say that, now I know that most of you hate writing, but right, out of 100 marks මේ 100 තියෙනවනේ පුතාලා, ලකුණු 100 දෙන්න තියෙනවනේ. පළවෙනි එකට ලකුණු 40යි, දෙවෙනි එකට ලකුණු 60යි. මේ 100න් මේ 35 රයිටින් 35 චුට්ටක් පැත්තකින් තිබ්බොත් you can earn 65 marks. කීයක් ගන්න පුළුවන්ද? 65. 65 කියන්නේ මොකක්ද ඔයාට ලැබෙන්නේ? B එකක්. එහෙමනම් ඔයා B එක ළඟ තියාගෙන if you try for this question number 6 and 8 මේ දෙකට කරොත් you know that out of 10 මේ 10න් ඔයා ගත්තොත් අඩු ගානේ 6ක්. එතකොට 65යි 6යි 71යි, right? Then here when you touch this graphical sense or letter writing තියෙනවනේ, නැත්නම් graphical sense you can there is a choice. එතනින් ගන්න තෝරගන්න ඕනේ ඔයා. You know how to write that නේ. අර මුලින් ටික හරිය ලිව්වා නම් බලන්නකෝ. Then you are allocated marks under content, language, organization, mechanics of writing. ඉතින් අනේ ඔතනින් එක ගත්තත් 10න් 4ක් නේද? එතකොට එතන 4යි. මේ 16 වල ආයි පාරක් 15න් ගත්තත් අඩු ගානේ 5ක්වත්. එතන කීයද? 4යි 5යි 9යි අර 71යි කීයද පුතේ? A pass. Right? Cut it. අපි මේක කරන්නේ you didn't touch it even. ඔයා අල්ලන්නේවත් නෑනේ. ඔයා අල්ලන්නේවත් නෑ මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ. තනි කර හිස්ව තියන්නේ. Don't do that. කරන්න එපා ඒක. Right. Now, they are the examples, right? They are the examples given. Right. Now answering this text paper. මේකට උත්තර ලියනකොට, now answering this GC O level English paper, there are 3 things to keep in your mind. When you are answering this GC O level test paper or any test paper under English language, right? There are 3 things to keep in your mind. The first thing is reading and understanding. You have to read and understand. In that case, you have to move on to the keywords. Yanna puta keywords hoyagena yanna. Then when you touch those keywords, so keywords tika alla gattahama, it is easy for you to find out the examples or the answer. Answer එක නැත්නම් උත්තර ටික හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් දීලා තියෙන with your sense. ඔයාගේ sense එකත් එක්කලා. I told you earlier, we are touching a language, not a subject. Here, if you have a good training on read and understanding, then automatically guessing and logical thinking is there. And it improves your sense. ඔයාගේ sense එක improve වෙනවා. right? Now when we compare into the other subject අහන්නකෝ අනිත් විෂයන් එක්ක ඔයා බලනකොට our test paper is so easy. GC O level English language paper is so easy. එක ගොඩක් ලේසි පුතේ. Why do I say so? ඇයි පුතේ මම එහෙම කියන්නේ? Now here in English paper each question carries a kind of answer. බලන්නකෝ ඔයාගේ ඉංග්‍රීසි පේපර් එකේ තියෙනවනේ මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? ප්‍රශ්න පැත්තක තියෙනවා, උත්තරේ තව තැනක තියෙනවා. Except question number 8. ප්‍රශ්න කටේ විතරනේ නැත්තේ. That's what we call free writing. ඒක නිදහසේ ලිවීමක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඒකනේ. ඔයාට හිතන විදිහට මාතෘකාවට අනුව ලිවීම එක. Without that almost all the other questions it carries a kind of answer or some guidelines. පුතාලා මොකක් හරි උත්තරයක් හරි guidelines එකක් හරි තියෙනවා. එහෙමනම් උත්තරත් එක්ක දීලා තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න පත්‍රයක අපි මෙන්න මේ තුන හරියට ඔලුවට ගත්තොත් අපිට බැරිද ලකුණු අඩු ගානේ අර 10 අඩු කරලා ලකුණු 75ක් 80කට ලම් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Everything is under this. මෙන්න මේ තුන මත තමයි හැම දෙයක්ම තියෙන්නේ. So now I think that so you are lucky. ඔයා ගොඩක් වාසනාවන්තයි. You know that you have another 3 months there to sit for your GC O level exam. ඔයාට තව මාස 3ක් විතර තියෙනවනේ පුතා. GC O level exam එකට ලියන්න. එහෙමනම් please read something at home. Maybe your pupil text, maybe your workbook, maybe grade 10-1 or 9-1 or 7-1, what it is, maybe a paper. Please read and try to understand the given text or what you are going to read. And the other thing is, with that, just improve your guessing and logical thinking. Here, through reading, automatically that will touch. And the sense is the other most important thing. So all over the paper there is a clue for you to find out the answer. Please touch it. Right. What I have to tell is this. Now you have come to school 11 years. And you have a kinds of knowledge. A kinds of knowledge, and I think that you have stored more than 2,500 words. වචන 2500 පුතාලා දන්නවා. But the thing is you do not use them. ඔයා ඒවා භාවිතා කරන්නේ නැහනේ. So from now please take a pen and a pencil and just copy down the words that come into your mind. ඔයාගේ එන්න ඕන හැම වචනයක්ම ලියලා බලන්න and try to make simple sentences. That's how you have to practice this, right? And then there you can trust yourself. You know more than you think you do. Thank you very much.